Never touch a plasma cutter if you're happy staying broke. But if you'd like a torch that can turn rusty scrap into rent money, stick around. Here's the deal. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn exactly how my $4,000 garage sized plasma rig morphed from a noisy hobby into a six-figure side hustle, complete with real prices, real profit math, and the single marketing twist that tripled my orders last winter. Hang tight, because halfway through, I'll reveal a rookie mistake that nearly vaporized my entire margin, and how dodging it will save you thousands. Ready? Let's dive in. First, the spark that starts the fire. A plasma cutter is basically controlled lightning, 30,000 degree electricity that slices steel like butter. And lately, the price of that lightning has crashed. In 2025, an entry level CNC table lands around $3,980, while mid range workhorses hover near $7,200, and even big league machines top out at about $17,800 if you shop smart. StyleCNC.com, that lower buy in is fueling a gold rush. The global CNC plasma cutting market hit $673 million last year and is growing more than 5% a year, meaning demand for cut parts and custom art is widening every month. gminsights.com. But cost alone doesn't equal profit, so let's crunch a real-life scenario. My first table was a 4x4 footer paired with a budget inverter cutter I grabbed for $400 on Amazon. TopFirearmReviews.com. I spent another $600 on a used air compressor, consumables, and the software license. All in, about $5,000. On day one, I posted 3 simple monogram mailbox signs on Facebook Marketplace. Cut time per sign 9 minutes, material cost $4, sale price $60. By the end of week 1, I'd cleared $540, and by week 8, the machine had paid for itself. Sure, you might say. That's the low-hanging fruit. What happens when the novelty wears off? Good question. The answer is diversity. There are 7 rivers of revenue flowing out of a plasma table, and you only need 2 or 3 to stay busy year-round. Custom wall art for weddings, off-road brackets for Jeep forums, fire pit kits, industrial gussets for local weld shops, branded signage for cafes, farm equipment repair plates, and training workshops for weekend warriors. Each attracts a different crowd, so when wedding season slumps, Jeep guys keep cutting trails and checks. Let's zoom in on the numbers that matter. A 4x8 sheet of 11 gauge steel cost me $139 delivered last month. From that sheet, I nest 26 18-inch family name circles. Consumables, nozzles, electrodes, and air filters add 90 cents a sign. My all-in cost per circle lands at $6.23. I wholesale them to a local home decor store for $35 a piece or retail online for $65. Split the difference and call it $50. That's $1,300 gross on one sheet, $1,138 net in about 3 hours of computer time and 1 hour of cutting. That's $227 per machine hour, which smokes the average 5% net margin most metal fab job shops fight for. Fullratio.com. But wait, power, plasma gas, wear and tear? Tiny slice. Hypertherm's own cost of ownership study shows handheld plasma usually pays itself back in 2 years or less, because consumables and electricity run pennies per foot of cut. Hypertherm.com, hypertherm.com. In practice, my PowerMax torches add about 12 cents of electrode life to each 40-inch sign. Literally pocket change. Now for the villain nobody warns you about. The feast-or-famine order book. 1 month you're buried in Mother's Day gifts. The next you're refreshing Etsy, wondering if the internet broke. I hit that wall hard in October. Shop empty, bills full. The fix came from a single sentence on a Plasma Spider forum. Facebook Marketplace builds locals. Etsy builds strangers. Use both or starve. Plasmaspider.com. I listed quick ship items locally with 2-day pickup and posted the elaborate layered pieces only on Etsy with a 10-day lead. The local buzz covered my steady cash flow, while Etsy's algorithms rewarded me for consistent shipping and bumped me higher in search. Orders smoothed out within a month, and the stress graph flattened with them. Still, competition is fierce. Cheap imports flood Etsy and eBay, often undercutting handmade shops by 60%. So, differentiate. When customers can get a $29 cutout from overseas, why would they pay you $65? Two reasons: speed and story. You can deliver in 3 days, not 3 weeks, and you can show the cut live. I strap a GoPro over the table and stream a 30-second time lapse to TikTok with the buyer's name floating in sparks. One clip earned 48,000 views overnight, and a flood of "Can you make one for me?" DMS. The video is social proof, and social proof trumps price every time. Let's plug in a quarterly plan so you can copy-paste the roadmap. Quarter 1, skill and setup, master CAD basics, learn how to nest parts tight to minimize waste. Offer simple initials and address numbers to neighbors. Collect testimonials fast. Quarter 2, brand in bulk. Build a 5-product Etsy store, each listing shot in bright daylight on neutral backgrounds. Send a finished part to an Instagram micro-influencer in the home decor niche. Her unboxing video is cheaper than any ad. Quarter 3, niche and repeat. Pitch local off-road clubs, Jeep, side-by-side, motocross, with gussets and custom grills. Their word of mouth spreads faster than social media. Launch a welding art Saturday workshop. 6 students at $120 covers consumables for the whole week. Quarter 4, automation and scale. Add a second shift, aka a college kid on part-time, so the table runs evenings while you design next morning's jobs. Lease a second machine only after bookings hit 70% capacity for 3 straight months. Now, about that rookie mistake, cliffhanger I promised. 8 months in, I snagged a juicy order, 400 steel coasters for a craft brew festival. I priced it at $6 each. Raw cut edges, 22 gauge. Looked great on paper, till the abrasive cleanup time ballooned. I spent 2 nights grinding dross until sunrise, earned $160 after expenses, and swore never again. The lesson? Bulk orders require finishing processes as scalable as the cutting itself. Today, I shoot anything over 200 units to a local tumbler shop for a flat fee, add that to the quote, and keep my risks and margins healthy. All right, time for bigger gears. Industrial contract work. Local fab shops often hit capacity cutting brackets, gussets, and one-off templates. They'd rather farm out the smaller jobs. Approach them during their crunch season, usually pre-harvest for ag shops, pre-spring for marine shops, and pitch overflow help. Bring 2 sample cuts, one with square geometry, one intricate. Show them you can hold tolerance and chase detail. My second-year revenue doubled when a trailer factory hired me for monthly 3/8-inch hitch plates. Steady B2B cash lets you gamble on new product lines without sweating rent. Thinking even wider, automation and robotics are creeping into small shops. A cheap camera-based THC, torch height control, upgrade squeezes kerf to razor thin and slices programming time in half. A Raspberry Pi, logging cut length, and consumable wear feeds a spreadsheet that shows profit per sheet in real time. Data isn't fancy. It's survival. Remember, the average net margin of metal fabrication hovers around 5%, Every wasted inch of steel shaves that to zero. RealSteelSoftware.com. Let's stack the dollars for one full year on a modest schedule. 3 cutting days, 2 finishing days per week. Material: 180 sheets of 11-gauge steel at $139 equals $25,020. Consumables and electricity: $4,900. Hypertherm numbers. Miss overhead: $3,000 insurance, shop rent, blades, belts. Gross sales at an average of $950 per sheet, mix of retail art, bracket sets, and B2B plates, hit $171,000. Subtract costs, and you're staring at $138,000 profit before tax, or $53 per clocked hour if you keep a 50-hour maker's work week, over 10 times U.S. minimum wage. Even if you only reach half those numbers, you're still clearing a median household income working in sneakers, not a suit. But profit is meaningless if the pipeline clogs. So let's bulletproof marketing in 60 seconds. Post-process every finished item under soft lighting, not shop fluorescent green. Write listings that answer size, finish, and ship date in the first sentence. Tag local landmarks so regional buyers feel ownership. Schedule Facebook posts for 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. That's commuter scroll time. Offer free local pickup. It beats paying Etsy's rising transaction fees and fosters face-to-face upsells. And never forget the upsell. If someone buys a farm sign, offer matching gate numbers at checkout, 30% of them will bite. Now, the climax, the moment the torch truly became an ATM. It was a freezing January night when a brewery messaged they needed a 4-foot logo cut in Corten steel in 48 hours for a grand opening. I quoted $1,400 rush price. 2 sheets, 90 minutes of cut time, another hour patina, spray, done. At the event, the co-owner pointed to my logo in front of 200 IPA-wielding customers and shouted, "Made right here in town." My email lit up before I finished my pint. That one pivot, from seller to local problem solver, locked in 6 contracts that carried the entire first quarter. So, what should be echoing in your head right now? Plasma cutting isn't just sparks and noise. It's permission to print parts the world already wants. Entry pricing is lower than ever. Demand is climbing. And with smart marketing plus tight cost control, your payback can hit in under a year. Ride multiple niches, outsource grunt finishing when scale demands, and chase speed and story over rock bottom price. The result is a business that grows while you sleep. Sparks dancing in the dark like fireflies guarding your bank account.